You know, it was the adventurers, the pioneers, the prospectors, and yes, even the criminals who blazed a trail across this young American nation. They left footprints in history that can never be eroded by time or the forward march of progress. They were a common folk by and large, but there was nothing common about the lives they led or about the stories they left for others to tell. They were people like young Peter Russell, a boy so impatient to become a man that he tried to ride along as a member of the posse trailing one of the worst killers the West had ever known. The other riders wouldn't have him. They said he was too young, too inexperienced. But when the killer gave the posse the slip and came back to town to settle a score, it was young Peter who stepped forward to stand in his way. Or the Reverend Orrin Kent, the circuit-riding preacher who had spent a lifetime trying to share with others a sense of faith he no longer possessed himself, until the day he looked out the window of his hotel room and saw in the distance a mysterious stranger who beckoned for him to follow, a decision that would change Reverend Kent's life forever. Then there was the time a rider by the name of Buck Mason came to town to hook up with a couple of old saddle pals. But before he found his friend, somebody stole his horse, and that made Buck Mason mad. So mad, in fact, that he told the boys in the Flaming Star Saloon that if the person who took his horse didn't return it by the time he'd finished his next drink, he was going to have to do what he did that time back in Texas. And he really didn't want to have to do what he did that time back in Texas. And who could ever forget Miss Lily LaRose, who came to town in the summer of 1896, bought the Flaming Star Saloon, and proceeded to turn the entire town upside down. Nobody quite knew what to make of her, what with her strange ways and her group of girls known as the Autumn Roses, but it didn't take long for her to become an honest-to-goodness legend in her own time. My name's John Small, and these are just a few of the colorful characters I got to know very well when I was writing this book, Days Gone By, Legends and Tales of Sapokney West. It's a collection of short stories about this typically mythical Old West town and the men and women who lived here. As a fan of old Western books and movies and television shows, it had always been a dream of mine to put together a volume like this, and if you're a fan of old Westerns like I am, I think it'll be as much fun for you to read as it was for me to write. Days Gone By, Legends and Tales of Sapokney West is published by BookSurge in association with Ethan Books and is available for $15.99 plus postage and handling. Buy one for yourself or for that Western fan on your holiday gift list. Order your copy today by calling 580-371-2356 Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, or you can order direct on the internet at Amazon.com or by visiting your local Borders bookstore.